Welcome to Chalk and Cheese Podcast. One DJ, podcast, one comedian, two other guys. Chalk and Cheese. Come on.
Begging it.
It says, tell a jailhouse story, i.e. your first day there.
Suck on the man.
No, come on.
Was you shocked when you went jail first time though? Serious?
No.
Don't lie.
So
It's not shook.
tell us a story.
I think everyone goes jail.
First time. Oh yeah, the first time I went jail, I was actually shook because I was Jamaica. And the story.
So the first day you stepped in there, how was you feeling when you walk in?
You don't feel that you can't see nothing, so you don't know what to feel.
Was it in the dark?
It's dark.
Is
I
it?
saw about 13 pairs of eyes
Staring on you. Yeah.
Oh shit.
But I had to remember. But I'm playing tough. But my heart was beating. Like
You got to, innit? You got to put on
drums.
the front.
I was shook, but I wasn't showing I was shook. You shook. It's like sharks. It's like a shark pit. You show one fear. Because they even said to me like when I'm in there, like, because I was seasoning there. I was like interviewing the prisoners that come in. You get me? If you come in, you get interviewed. Like,
By a prisoner?
Yeah, by a prisoner. Sometimes I say, yeah, let me do the interview, and you see me. Fine, we're coming for. We ain't here for my youth. If you're there for something stupid, I say, yo, my youth, give him 5 puff chests. Puff up your chest. You see me?
And they thump in your chest.
Slap up your chest.
Did they do that to you?
You would get puff chest. You look like a man will get puff chest.
I can tell you got.
You
That's why you
understand?
called your mum to come.
You know
and
that-
That's why you called your mum to come. Yeah, pussy hole.
You have to call your mum. Who you gonna
Call your
call?
mum straight away.
Who's gonna bail you out?
How you gonna call your mum big
Yeah,
man?
but you can't bail out yourself.
In yard prison.
You can't
And
bail
then
out
you
yourself.
call your mother to
You can't
fly.
bail out yourself.
She had to fly all the way from
See?
England to go rescue
See the
me.
man the whole of my
pussy hole.
business.
See when I was in jail, fam. See when I was in jail, cuz. Yeah, blood. When I was in jail in yard, I run that shit, blood. I mean, I run that, fam. I was in jail, blood. Spanish Town GP, fam. You know what I tell them, boy? I tell yo, move, fam, boy. We are doing around there, boy. Move, fam, boy.
Yeah, you did.
Give him puff chest. But say, suck your mother. Go suck your mother, boy, puff chest. Go puff up your bumbo clat, mama. Idiot.
Rascal.
Yeah,
This is making no more alcohol for the rest of the year.
Hey, listen, I've been in jail once still.
Shut up, you liar!
What?
Liar!
You definitely not been in jail.
Liar! You mean it's been in the set, you know, when they shoplifting?
station?
No, shoplifting, and they bring you
Oh,
around
they
the back.
take you to
The storeroom.
the store guard.
Yeah, the storeroom. That's where you've been, pussy wall.
Listen, man underestimating me, cuz.
What jail did you go?
I've been there, cuz.
What jail did you
Bro,
go?
you know how long that it took to take that tag off my ankle, fam? Man's been there, fam. You get me? Man ain't talking too much.
We know about fucking putting hairdryer on a blood clot tag. I'm loosening it and taking it off.
Blood.
And
You know about
leaving it.
cutting off your leg and then when you get home putting it back on. What you know about that? We know about that. We know about that.
No, Chris is like, man, he'll get community service and do over the time with us.
Get 200, get 200 hours and just and it's now his job.
And the tree.
The 3 years. That's his job. Chris turn up every week, you know. Yep. Hi
They
guys.
say you've done your hours. No, I like it. I'm just gonna be a volunteer.
Fam, I did community service. It was horrible, blood.
What did you do at community service?
Why? What did you do to get community service,
They beat up the
motherfucker?
traffic while I done. So they gave me 200 community hours service. But it's the worst community hour services I've ever done. Worst thing I've ever done, sorry.
Why?
Yeah, because right, we went to this house, yeah, it's an army salvation thing. And you have to do things for charity in that place. They had 3 rooms. One was painting and decorating. I said, I ain't doing nothing in there because it's stinker paint. I don't like the smell. The only place that I didn't mind was the craft design thing. But there was one Rasta man in there, it's feisty. And I said, I can't work with this man.
You
So I
say
ended
bullying
up
you and
cussing
that?
these clerks. No. So then they moved me.
Now.
I did.
This sound convincing though.
You know
Chris.
what I did?
Tell us, go on. Quickly. Why he's making it up quickly?
No. I tell you what I did. I did sewing.
Man did hobbycraft in there. Fucking patchwork. Man making quilts. you ain't no tug.
Hey, listen.
Man making pillowcase.
Hey, listen, it was the best thing I could have done. I was going college at the time, and there was just pure gal in there.
No, don't try to make that
Pure
excuse, you
gal,
little
just a
bitch.
soul.
So we did that.
I didn't listen. It was easy. They had the radio on. No one did
I don't
nothing.
care what you-
I didn't do nothing.
You're a pussy,
I just looked out the window, and the woman was getting vexed because I wasn't doing nothing in there, and I was just doing my coursework from college. Serious. It was the easiest thing I could have ever done. I was smart. I was smart.
So we did that.
Yeah.
But you didn't know it was gonna be easy. You didn't know it was gonna be easy.
I-
'Cause it's not
she
like
made-
you
she
didn't know.
before.
She thought
You didn't know.
I know
You
he
know.
promised people some shit, you know. Listen, I'm doing sewing, yeah, so you know that dress, yeah?
Yeah.
Give it to me.
He didn't know.
Give me a dress, I'll sew it out.
Ceesix, remember, it's
That's
his
like
first
doing
time on fucking community service. So you didn't know that they was gonna
Yeah,
give
you
you.
didn't know
It
you
was gonna
gonna
be so
hook up
easy.
that.
I
You know
had
what
to
he did?
choose one out
He
of the
did it
three.
so he could take up his fucking trousers.
You understand? Yeah, 'cause remember his fat in it.
All his long trousers.
Remember his fat them time. His fat them time, and his trousers used to bust enough, so he wants to learn the soul.
Could you sew this bit right now?
Nah, I couldn't sew off for shit, fam. That's why I said I didn't do nothing. It was
Stop
only near
lying.
the end when she said to me, I see that you do fitness, so before you go, can you at least do like a bag with your initials on it? So I said, all right then.
Have you still
So
got
I
it?
did one of them jewel string bags. I had it for years till I put my books and stuff in it and just put it in my room at the time. I threw it away. It had my initials, CM. So yeah, I did something. But that was it. That was that was at the end. Well, yeah, apart from that,
Hold on.
she wanted me to do more stuff, blood. Like they were like getting vexed because I wasn't doing nothing. I looked at her, I said, "Suck your mother."
Nah, they would have put you straight with the Rasta man. If you did that, you'd have been with the
What's the
Rasta
Rasta man doing?
He was doing woodwork and
Man,
Why for the Rasta man with the wood?
I think I can remember his name, Everoy. He weren't a nice guy, blood.
Batman Every.
You did it. Don't say that lie.
You said that.
He sees him.
That's what I'm saying. This
I did it. You're the one. You don't.
Look at them
me.
stitching on each other though. Scared of everyone.
Yeah, so I did, yeah, man. Community service was. I'll never do that again, blood. Because I had to do it once a week.
To be honest, all right,
7
listen,
hours.
Chris. All right, you never been jail, right? I've never been jail.
I've been
But the
there
thing is,
to
yeah,
one now.
when you're a youth, yeah, that's when, to me, I know everybody can go to jail at any time because if people violate and, you know, some things happen or whatever, dangerous driving, all sorts of shit happen.
Yeah.
But when you go to jail as a youth, or like the stories, like it's something that you kind of prepare yourself for, innit? So your friends go jail and then you hear stories, so you're a youth and you start. It's like you're preparing for jail, even if you're not doing nothing to go to jail. But as a big man, you're not thinking about prison. So if you fuck up and land, you know, on the way home, some shit happens. You know, God forbid. And you end up in prison, like.
You didn't say.
Now as a big man, I never said that.
He didn't say touch wood.
Nah,
I know. You
He
see,
did.
never
His
said
face
that.
fell
I
off.
would have got a
He
wife
did,
for
he
that.
did.
But yeah, so you don't think about it now, innit? So, but a man like you who's been to prison before, you kind of know the system, and you go to prison, you know the system, you know what this means, you know what that means, you know how to conduct yourself here or whatever. Going to prison as a big man with no understanding of prison, can it have what can go wrong for you? Serious. Obviously, we watch all these jail programs, and we don't really watch ones of England. But if you don't have any understanding of prison, can you go there and just do shit wrong and like get yourself?
No, because what it is, see, prison, people say, oh my God. Remember, it's until you get there, it's like a situation in life. As humans, we
adapt.
We adapt.
Yeah.
We are adaptable. And we don't even realize we adapt when we go on holiday.
Yeah, of course.
You understand what I'm saying? Everywhere we go, what is out of our comfort zone, we're around other people, we adapt. And it's that same feeling of, what is, remember, it's an unknown feeling, like with prison. Because like, wow, you hear about prison, you can see it on TV, everything, but now this is...
Once you experience it,
you
everyone's
get me?
experience is probably different.
Yeah, but when you get there, it's like, it's just, not like rubbing it out, but it's just like a big community centre.
Like a youth centre. Yeah, youth club.
It's just a big...
Because if you can conduct yourself
Yeah.
now as a big man in any situation, then when you go to jail, you can be able to...
If you're a waste man and then really, it's hard for you because you're just stressed.
Yeah.
But if you're a man who know people, it's like
As you
road.
go-
It's road and it's bants. It's just road and bants. But if you're a victim, it's not.
Yeah,
but
I
that's
think,
like with road.
But if you're a victim out here, like if you're like an alpha, strong character,
it's very rare that you go in prison and become do a full 360 and be a victim. I'm not saying you're.
But it happens, you know. Don't get twisted, you know.
I'm not saying you're going to run the place, but you should have a
But
nice.
it's weird. Jail's weird like that because you could go. You could be a big bad man on the road, and when you go to jail, you're porridge.
No, but that's it.
And then you got some man that's in
I
jail.
don't mean
bad.
man.
And then when they come out the road, you understand?
Yeah, okay, so like the institution makes it different.
You catch what I'm dealing with. They're in jail, and you think,
right, other alpha
I know you're from real, you're a
That's what it
dickhead,
is.
but he's in there
you
badding
can't
up the
catch
whole place. That's his
But that's like
environment.
life.
His domain.
You understand?
But that's in life as well. Like, you could be an alpha male in your group. You go to the next group and you're like, Ross Clark. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, I'm an alpha male. I come to you, man. I'm like, shit, bro, boy, I have to up my game because you man are strong out here. You get what I'm saying?
and it's being around alpha males making you know how it is, and it makes you know, right, who am I in this animal kingdom? You know what I mean?
Where are you in the food chain?
Because enough men don't realize they're not alpha males. Do you get what I mean with?
Yeah, you know when you're not, when you meet someone who
It's a real alpha.
yeah, who's someone who. But remember, it doesn't have to be a position of power. Because if you go to a workplace, then usually the boss he has more talk or whatever. But that's because of his position.
Yeah.
But if you're on a level playing field, like here in this podcast, we're all on a level playing field. Then your character and your persona and your being an alpha male puts you in the pecking order. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? So when you go out in the big bad world, that's how you conduct yourself. So I guess if you go to prison, it's the same, but obviously with the institution, it's a bit different. Yeah. And if you go in there and you're mixed, like you're associated with other people, certain people, it could just be on top for you. If you're associated with the wrong set of people in that prison, am I making sense? You go in there and that prison is blue, but you represent the red side out here. Yeah. And you go in there and even if you're not representing, but they associate you with that, and you end up in that prison. You could just be on top. You could be as alpha as you want.
But over here, them prisons ain't them serious like them American ones, though.
Nah.
I saw one video called Scar for Life one time. Man said the minute you touch down, you get tested, blood. That's
Jamaica prison.
That's the day you are either a bitch or a bad man. No, and the man will step up to you and say, "What up, nigga?" You know what I mean? Man, they say it's crazy. Like, they will knock on your door. If you open up the door, they'll slice your face and run off. It's that serious in them jails. Man will sleep. You can't. Sometimes it's hard to sleep. I see man say their friend, this guy fell asleep and they burn his socks. But man just dust it off back to sleep.
No, but can I say something to you? That happens in every jail.
Is it?
Every jail. Remember, man's bored, you know.
Yeah, they want something to do.
It's not something. I've seen something, but it doesn't get recorded. But fuckery ends up. Remember, you're around beer man, and as I said, alpha males.
Man will throw acid in your
we
face.
We want to entertain ourselves. There's no what's the entertain women. It's like you give us that animal kind of mentality. So we got that kind of thinking. So violence is entertainment.
But you know what? I'm not gonna lie. When I was a youth, I didn't know the consequences of jail. Like, I think when you're a youth, you're very self-centered. So you don't know. That's why I think a lot of these youths get into trouble, because they don't know the consequences. I didn't know nothing. When I beat up the traffic warden, it wasn't until I started learning about the difference between ABH, GBH. If someone had told me all of that beforehand, I would have been more careful how I pumped him in his face. Yeah, I would have. No, there's certain things.
The defining factor to why you punched him was never going to change.
Yeah.
It's not about knowing the consequences. It was about where your head was.
No,
you know, it's true.
My head was mad. My head was mad.
He thinks that people go intentionally go to do some of these things.
When you're young, you're very self-centered.
But do you think that
in the adult age
you
does
think
that?
the world revolves around you a lot when you're a kid? You're more self-centered than how you are when you're older.
No, I'm worse now than I'm older.
No way.
Remember,
you think people
when
don't...
you're a youth, do you care about anyone? You're like, fuck up. You think you're a bad boy, you're untouchable.
And that's the thing. That's why I said I'm more dangerous now. The reason why, remember, when I was a youth, I would quit to do certain things. I'm very. But the reason why I'm saying I'm more dangerous now, because I will do you, but I'm gonna I'm calculated now. I'm more deadly.
Because you're saying
I'm more deadly.
If you knew the difference, you may have done it different. But man is in jail for murder, and they know what fucking murder gets you, and they still do it.
Yeah,
man know what teeth get you, and they still teeth.
So you're saying, you're saying you ain't
prison
more
don't put off no one.
Thank you.
Are you saying you're not more self-centered?
You're not self-centered. You're irresponsible. You got to remember. Listen, when you have no children, have no responsibilities, have no anything, then obviously you act a bit more reckless. The moment you get these things, you start to think about things a bit differently. So it's not about being self-centered. It's just about where your mind is. What you think at 18
is completely different to what you think at 21, and then at 25, and then at 30, and then you hit like 35 going upwards. You start looking back thinking, wow, I was an idiot. But that's just perspective changing. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not about being self-centered. It's just about a different understanding.
I beg to differ just slightly, but I get where you're coming from.
But you know what? This is the first time I'm ever going to say this, ever. Might be the last. We'll agree to disagree.
Ross Clark.
I've
Ceesix.
changed
The drink I told man, give man a different whole look alive.
You don't know.
No, I rate that.
All right, cool. So
Wow.